Inside.
Inside.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Talalal.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai,
Ba'Shem
Rakakadash,
Brakata Yahweh.
Brakata Yahushai.
Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Millstone. Blessed salutation to the Akim worldwide, teaching the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Brother Yahweh.
Brother Kwanawat.
Very good.
There's just a video based on the weather, in the Caribbean at the moment. When the world, having a time and then studying nothing. When the watchmen watching, so that why we had to pour the information all day, and spread the word, through the spirit. Basically the weather I should say in Trinidad, it on a high risk level. It went from low to high to orange, right? So it's risky, which means it's flash flooding, high winds, and all these other things. So just as the Akim, just as we given diligence, as we ought to do, like watching for the signs and the times, and all what is coming, watching the news to see what is going on and what coming next and these kind of things. We given that diligence and we being circumspect.
Good.
So I'll just start off with Isaiah.
I want to feel it.
I can.
I said, we watching.
Can.
Right? This is the most I said, measured out the time diligently in itself.
That's right.
And when thou see part of the sign.
That wouldn't
Good. This is Ezekiel 33:6. But if the watchman see the sword coming, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
And that's why we pushing these videos, that's why we out on the highways and the byways, so they can't see that how they never heard it. So we being the watchmen, given that information, not only for the weather, but mostly to repent and turn back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Because these things really and truly the land need cleansing. And how the land is to be cleansed. You know what I mean? So that is why we given that diligence, we being that watchmen, and we pushing this word. You understand? That beautiful precept, I can read back that precept,
Yeah, this is this is Ezekiel chapter 33 verse 6. He said, but if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet.
And that's what we do now, we blowing the trumpet, just like what the scripture say. Blow the trumpet in Zion. So we blowing that trumpet.
Sounding the alarm.
Sounding the alarm, that is what trumpet for, to sound an alarm. Go ahead.
And the sword is an instrument to destroy, bring destruction. So the stormer is called a sword too. Right? He said, but if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
And that is why we washing our hands from that clean. You understand? Because we watching and we giving that warning. So if we have that information and we just lay back and we tell nobody not preparing for ourselves, then we will be required, we will have a whole mantle.
Be responsible.
We have to be responsible for that. And we not on that. And we're pushing this word day in day out because we selves are the sick for we self. You know what I mean? So as you were getting to so like that.
The second of chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Because this is not no new thing. We are told of these things before. That is why the scripture say that the things of old from before. So this is not no new thing. You understand? That is why we measure any time diligently. We always looking. We always reading. We always on the news. We always doing these things. That is how we measure any time.
But then filter through the scriptures.
Because it, reason pause, you know, because everything was written here. So that's why we could afford to watch the news, watch these other things, and then filter it out through the scriptures. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're doing right now. Well,
he said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquake and uproar of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speak of those things from the day that were before thee, even from the beginning.
And today, just the other day, it had a big earthquake. You know, it had a big earthquake for how much ever minutes? You know,
6.9.
At the 6.9.
Yeah.
You see, at that time, that is when people get religious. Yeah, son, that is when they get religious. That is when the professor that they know the Most High. So we're going after when it passed. They're going back in the same proud state. You understand? But at that time when everybody frightened, that is when they get religious. Now they ain't had to study. But what you see right now, the storm watch here, they're going and get religious again. When they see everything popping off dread, when the water level rising,
people very complacent, right?
And then they'll go back to the same state.
Something drastic gotta happen in this island. These jakes not gonna take heed. Please watch these jakes. They're not gonna take heed. Jakes over there parking right now. You feel jakes on there when any flash flood and landslide and wind up to 65 miles per hour. You think you see jakes or anything? Something drastic gotta happen. You understand? And this is how the Lord will visit the world. As he said in 2 Esdras 9, Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visit of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
And today it had what? It had thunder. That thunder today. So all that is what? That is signs at the time. But just like
the flashlight will knock out the lightning will knock out the traffic light in this Thursday. Yeah, the Most High knock out a traffic light.
All that signs because you see, just like what the brother saying, right now it have them party now they.
They studying that?
Them men had to study. But you see the word again caught up with or word again tap with and word not studying is the power of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yoshai.
Miss children, a child do not know the danger. A child will just play, run, jump, you don't know the danger. So they are childish.
That is state of mind they're in.
Exactly.
You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is it's a 6 tropical storm whirling at once have set a record. They said they got 6 tropical storm whirling at once set a record. And the 6th storm they got it's a Humberto, right? Humberto, they got Melda, Lorena, Mario, Kiko, and Jeremy.
And these are the names of the storms. You understand? And there is a record. They set a record because 6 of them at once. You understand? And they not even a little bit of the Most High power, right? And what is going on? It's record, right? Quite a worse to come in. I mean, it's good news for us. You know, it's good news for us after Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. You know, but them who ignorant and them who hardened, who are hearsay and under in hand. You understand?
He said, sure, it is the middle of hurricane season, but this is ridiculous. The 6th named storm whirling at once this week in Atlantic and Pacific set a record. He said, forecaster reported. He said, while Humberto and Kiko were spinning in the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific, he said 4 newly tropical cyclones performed Tuesday. It said Melda and Jeremy in Atlantic Basin, and Mario and Lorena in the Eastern Pacific Basin, the Weather Channel reported.
Okay.
He said this combined number of active storms in both basins was believed to tie a modern record set in September 1992, according to the National Hurricane Center forecaster. Yeah.
So, if it had two that had already formed before, and it had four that forming, right? Which means the two from before will even get stronger.
Yeah.
You understand? But you know what I'm studying it? These people that party now there right now and in studying that, they're still sharing the information on WhatsApp, right? But they're still partying outside and in studying to say, well, you know what? We're going to prepare or I'm going to turn back to be covered, to be under that shelter. You know, but they're sharing the information.
Okay, right.
You know what I mean? So, them showing that, hey, they do business. And that is the state of mind where people in right now.
Study them people, right?
You understand?
That piece of paper here.
Can.
Psalms 148, verse 8. He said, fire and hail, snow and vapor, stormy wind, fulfill his word.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of it. And that piece of explaining it itself. You understand? I want to go with that. Bring Isaiah 30, verse 30.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 30. So, and the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the light, and shall show the lightning down from his arm, with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of devouring fire will scatter. With scattering and tempest of and hailstone.
And all lies power. You know, just like we start and like we say, and Yahweh Hashem shall cause his glorious voice to be heard. Because why? Who's speaking for him right now? Who's speaking for Yahweh Hashem Yoshai? You know? The prophets.
That's right.
You know? But if they don't want to hear we, they surely will hear Yahweh Hashem Yoshai at that time. You know? When that destruction come. Because you see we're going to the Bahamas.
So they can take heed, right?
You understand? And they're still not taking heed. And that is what? That is right there close to this island. You understand? That is right there like neighbors.
And
they're still not taking heed by.
I was talking to the brother this morning from Bahamas, the brother Taziah one. And he was telling me when he first came into the truth, you know, he had compassion towards, you know, the two-third. He kind of like phantom, like, you know, that they can be destroyed. And he says he grow and he see the mindset of these people, he say, hey, to the hell was them, no? And this how we move. We don't care about two-third. That two-thirds don't want mercy.
What we care about is being that watchman. Really and truly is for we not to have to bear that burden. You understand? Other than spreading your Hashem Shai word, you know, we don't want the two-thirds blood to be cried at our hands. So we washing ourselves from that.
A quick precept for you. The 2nd chapter 9, verse 13. And therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
That's
and
right.
This what we pray for, and this what we do this lesson too. You know, to seal the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We plant the seed, and the elect gonna hear this word and believe, and the Most High gonna increase them.
That's right.
You know, but 2/3 of people, they gotta go.
Have to, is
can't
right.
wait on them. We can't wait on these people. We wait on 2,000 people, we'd never get the kingdom.
Can if you say with own salvation.
It's fair, trembling.
And then you can bring 2nd Esdras 6 verse 18 from Revelation.
Yeah.
So we're not studying about the 2/3. We don't really business about not really, but we don't business about the 2/3. You understand?
So I say pray not for these people.
What we business about is doing the job and giving we reasonable service. You know? That is what we business about. We don't care about these 2/3. Because no matter what they do, they can't be saved. They have to feel it. So that's why we don't even study about that again. We have to seek for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
So we have to study ourselves. We have to make sure we self right. We can't save these 2/3.
Yeah.
We have to study how we the connection what we have with our Bashem outside. That we have to study. Work out we own salvation. That's what we have to do.
Yes, sir. Pull it up here.
So we can't save nobody.
We can't save yourself. That's why we need it. That's why we need the Lord Yahweh.
Can. We need Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. You can't save yourself. That's why we have to depend on Yahweh Hashem Yoshai.
I got a precept there. Anyway, what read this here first? I got a precept that I want to bring out in Nehemiah 1 and 3.
I bring it out one time?
No, I'm going to get it work for the salvation. Yeah, this is Philippians. Yeah, this is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my present only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling."
And that's you doing. Working out your own salvation, because we can't save nobody, we can't save ourselves. You know, so we working out your own salvation in fear and trembling, because you know what? You feel we're not shaken up by seeing these things. You understand? We given that diligence, we being circumspect. So we know that, like when prophecy is coming out and what's coming next, we know we cannot be, we have to be in our order. You understand? We have to be right.
This is Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 3. "The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuked the sea and maketh it dry, and dry up all the river. Basham languish, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languish. The mountain quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation, and who can abide in his fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rock are thrown down by him."
That is not a man to fear, right? Omnipotent power. That is not a man to fear, right? Because he in control of all things. Every single thing.
Verse 7, it says, "The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him." But with, go ahead.
You see, and that's like that part where you say, and know them that trust in him.
God.
You understand? So it's not our destruction. You know, but just like the verse before, he said how the wicked wouldn't go up.
Read up again.
Yeah, can.
It says Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 3, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
And will not at all acquit the wicked, so the wicked have to feel it.
Can.
And if this is his way of doing it, it's his way is perfect.
Can.
So if you had to send the storm, you know, and the hurricanes for the wicked, that's how it had to be.
That's right.
You understand? They could jump down to somewhere.
Yeah, verse 7. It said, Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 7, it said, the Lord Yahweh is good and strong, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him.
And that is why we have to depend on the Abba Hashem Yahushua, because he is our stronghold.
That's right.
Those that trust in him. Go ahead.
He said, verse 8, he said, but with an overthrowing, no, Salaki, but verse 8, he said, but with an overrunning flood will he make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue the enemy.
Because see, the people in this place too proud. You understand? So that's why they had to feel it. All who don't want to turn back to Yahweh Hashem and repent, you know, all who don't want to repent, they had to feel it. But they could never say, they never hear this word come out. So they have no excuse, as I always say. You know? Give me a second, it's just 6 verse 18 Bible question.
Done. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 18. It said, and it said, behold, the day come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them what be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
You understand? So the Yahweh Hashem Shai beginning to visit the earth. You know, to them that dwell therein. Because too long they've been proud.
Yeah, especially this island.
Exactly. You understand? Too long.
And this is the same thing the brother in Bahamas, the brother Zion was saying. He said, yo, these being real prideful. You know, the most I catch them unexpected.
Can. But you see, I wouldn't even say unexpected. You know why? Because the most I just always send one warning first.
Yeah, but they're just blind and they're sleeping.
But that's the thing.
Yeah,
you understand?
Because the thief united.
That's the thing. So that's where they're going off.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they hear the word.